Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Boys and Girls and the rest of y'all folk. Here we go, we're going to play this. Paused, play. There we go. Welcome to another one of the games casted here by your host, Mr. Feeney. Here I am. We're going to be looking at, I think this is a week 2 match. I believe this is the second match between Cheddahbeast and Koheed. In the blue, we have Cheddahbeast playing as the Italians, and over here we have Koheed playing as the Mongols. Interesting matchup, I'm gonna have to say. Now let's take a look at what's going on. I believe this is the second game they ended up playing against one another. I actually casted the whole first game, but clicked the wrong button and streamed the whole thing to nowhere in particular instead of recording it. So that was a waste of time, but that's okay. At least I got the practice in, right? Apparently it was a good game. Well, I enjoyed casting it anyways. Maybe I'll recast it later. I just sort of missed the spontaneity of watching it for the first time, right? So I wanted to provide you guys with something I might have come across myself and giving you guys a bit more of a genuine reaction rather than trying to recast something. So let's see what the heck they got going on here. Looks like they're playing on the steppe. Goes well with the Mongols, I guess. And my first instinct looking here at the minimap is both with these cliffs here, both these maps are fairly wallable. You just take these cliffs and extend them to the nearest either cliff or tree line, and bada bing bada boom, you've got a nice wall. Now, of course, your enemy can do the exact same thing. With a lot of these entry points that might be denied pretty easily, that actually kind of might work against the Mongolians, who, you know, late game might want to be throwing out those Mandigai and throwing out those hit and run tactics. Oh, what was that? Come on, Boiler. Come on. Boar didn't even notice that one. You missed. Come on, Jenny. You can do better than that. So Koheed going for his first boar lure. He's got 10 bills already. Soon up to 11. I don't know where he's bringing that one, but he sure is bringing it there. Oh, is she gonna? She'll make it. And he's got 5 on his force. And as the Mongols, he does get that hunting bonus, so their villagers will collect that food that much faster. Always great. And you might see him mill if he finds a pot of deer that he likes. Ooh, and that's it. Don't tell me that's. Oh my goodness! Don't tell me that this is his second boar. That is ridiculous. First of all, I don't think he'll find that. Well, he might. But secondly, unless it works his way up here, he's going to have a hard time with it. Make a left. There you go. Come on, Piggly Wiggly. Oh, it looks like there's already a little engagement here. Cheddahbeast also working with onto his first boar. And Koheed just trying to be super annoying with his light cav. The populations right now, we got 14 and 15, so very tight race. Housed, unfortunately, for Cheddahbeast, so he's going to have to put up that house right now, and that's going to give Koheed a little bit of time to catch up, who is also 15 and housed. Looking at the resources, Cheddahbeast has a nice main pile here, a little bit to his north. It's not directly behind his base, but he does have the secondary behind, and his other secondary, I believe, is way forward. And unfortunately, if you're looking at Koheed's, 1, 2, 3. Actually, I'm not sure which of these neutrals is whose, but wow, that is some forward gold. Both of these players do have a re, and there he is again. Koheed with this line of houses behind his TC. He says he's got some sort of wicked secret technique. Sure, but I mean, you know, whatever works for you, right? Let's see how well the scouting is going. So Koheed has basically already gone ahead and was able to beeline and see what the heck's going on with Cheddahbeast. And Cheddahbeast is still looking, still scouting around to try and see where Koheed might be. He's got 5 on wood, doesn't have a lumber camp. He could have brought that up a couple tiles just to make sure it's not gonna get too far away too quickly. Looks like it's about a tile away from his trees. And looks like he's out looking for his boar. Hopefully it's not like Koheed's hauled off in the middle of nowhere. That's not a boar. Oh, it's behind his wood line. Oh, that's brutal. Hopefully there's a... Oh, there might be a line of tiles where you might be able to walk through here as a villager. But I don't know, he's gonna have to, that's a ways to go with a boar. He might be able to just bring it over to his mill and have everybody hit it on the mill. Or he might be able to just chop one of these trees down and have to work without it for now. Yeah, he's got, again, I think this, for both players, wallable here, or having to work around his stone, taking advantage of these cliffs. But I do like this map here on the side. Just a quick wall here, a short little wall here, and you've got basically 2 sides already done. Koheed is decided not to mill his deer, but he is taking advantage of that the gathering rate, I guess. So he's making up a bit of time there. Still not super productive. Wasting a bit of time with these guys. They'll be decaying shortly, but at this point you kind of say it is what it is, and you can either waste the wood or just let what's gonna rot. It's gonna rot, and I think he's just sort of decided to let what's gonna fall away. Cheddahbeast. So Koheed's on 25 pop. Cheddahbeast on 25. That is tight. Both of these guys stand on top of that Ville production. You always want to keep your town center doing something, whether it's loom or villagers or aging up, right? Keeping it busy. Oh, and it looks like he's about to find his... Oh, come on. Find the boar. There's the boar. Maybe the boar will walk to him. Oh, it's like 2 tiles outside of his line of sight. Maybe I'll find it, maybe not. So as the Mongols, that's not it. M for Mongols. The Mandugai, right? Those legendary, Castle Age units that will, renowned for their hit and run abilities. So Cav archers firing faster, extra hit points on their light cav and their hussars. So yeah, he's going to be going cav this game if he can, which might explain why he's going a bit heavier on the food over here. He is a couple 100 food away. He's about halfway up to his food for aging up. This hunting bonus and that 50% extra speed is going to go a long ways. And Cheddahbeast, it looks like he, judging by his resources, has just clicked up. Yeah, so Cheddahbeast is on his way up to feudal age, and he's gonna beat Koheed up by maybe a minute or 2, I guess. And score-wise, it looks like he's taken the lead, and I'm not exactly sure why, because they seem to be fairly well matched in terms of the buildings. Outposts. I think personally that outposts are probably one of the most underutilized tools out there, because they really give you a line of sight as to what's actively happening out there on the map. I mean, getting out there in the fog of war and being able to read your map and understand what resources are where and what woodlines you can take advantage are one thing, but actually being able to see live time the troops rolling around really makes a difference, especially when you can get those upgrades from the town center, the line of sight upgrades. Oh, Koheed was already on his way up. My mistake. But yeah, those line of sight upgrades combined with these outposts, I think, are underutilized, but like I said, I understand why they're not exactly utilized so much, because a lot of players would rather have that resource income than having that information be provided for them later on. But I say, given the opportunity and the extra fills, I'd say try and focus on seeing what the hell is happening out there. So Cheddahbeast, here's the Italians, and they have those strong crossbowmen, which might be able to counter the cav archers that are going to come from Koheed. So Cheddahbeast is starting to see, okay, you can see the light green buildings from Koheed, but what's he going to do with it? So he can see the gold mine here, he knows there's probably going to be some, and if he recognizes the 3 forward golds right here, then he knows what's going to happen, right? If he can hold this area, or if he can just keep Koheed off of this area, then he's going to have a much better success at this game, because he can sit back and he does have some fairly safe-ish gold that he could take advantage of. And these guys out here are looking for some more food. So finally a barracks going up for Cheddahbeast, whenever he decides to get around to building it. And already man-at-arms for Koheed. These guys could be going forward right now. I think 3 is a good enough number to start pushing guys off. I'm guessing he's worried about the cav option from Cheddahbeast. Now Cheddahbeast is got a bit of a reputation in recent games anyways. Oh, someone just got housed. Koheed just got housed for building these outposts over top of the relics, and just playing the relic game rather than going for the conquest. Now, I say a win is a win, left or right. I mean, that's part of the game. You got to understand what's going on, and there he is. Koheed taking advantage of those natural barriers, and he's just solidified the entire back end of his base. This whole wood section is all his basically now without issue. This stone, no problem. And he's going to bridge from here to here, and that's almost 2 sides of his whole base with a very minimal amount of stone being used. So is Koheed, did Koheed just see that? Or did Cheddahbeast just see that? I don't know if Cheddahbeast just saw that. He's probably just outside the line of sight. And he's got these villagers here going forward. He's got to keep his army moving. I mean, the sooner you can get in there and start distracting, the more influential it's going to be, right? Because each extra villager makes his entire population larger. So, you know, distracting 4 of them is going to be much more significant when there's only, say, 33 villagers and you're distracting 4 of them, rather than when he's got close to 100. Cheddahbeast running his way in, and it looks like, I was gonna say, it kind of looks like he had ballistics, because both of those arrows hit, and that almost never happens. Koheed, I guess, trying to come in here and take a see of what's going on with Cheddahbeast, and he's gonna move in, and he saw that he's already got an archer and a couple spearmen. Now, Cheddahbeast's gonna have to run away from this. He's just pushed him off for gold right there. And, oh, Koheed right now looking to engage because he's got the numbers. The numbers are favorable to him. Now, it's just a matter of staying away from this TC. Staying out of kite range and making sure that your units don't get away from you on that one. And he's gonna have to, and Cheddahbeast is gonna have to run away from this. There's no way he can engage this right now. There's a couple more spearmen coming in for Koheed, and Cheddahbeast is going to do what he can to try and keep that gold coming in, because he's only sitting on 31 gold, as opposed to Koheed's got 10 times that. So Cheddahbeast is going to have to pay attention, and oh, it looks like Koheed split up his army. He's got one here on the north, one here on the south, and he's going to start taking pot shots on both. Now this army looks like it's going to get cleaned up, because these archers are going to do a hell of a lot of work against these melee units. couple. Oh, and he's pushed his way up to Castle Age. Castle Age at 21, not bad timing, especially given that pressure. Now, this is where Koheed is going to have to push his advantage. And his advantage right now being he has the stronger military. So he has to take advantage of the fact that Cheddahbeast has not invested into army, whereas he has. But he's run back, and he's going to probably work his way up. So let's see if he's on his way up. He might be able to buy his way up if he's not exactly close. But it looks like he's exhausted a lot of his food, and he's putting up a bunch of houses. He does not want to get housed right now. So it looks like Koheed is building a bit of a response to the army that he saw over in Cheddahbeast's space. Cheddahbeast is just plowing ahead, and he has the crossbowman upgrade. A second archer range coming in. Maybe he's going to be going for cav archers before those Mandugai come in the Castle Age. And that's going to help him with his food income, because if he stays with the archers, it's gold and wood. And that's going to allow him to catch up in terms of making enough food, or producing enough food to... taking out that guy. Making enough food, sorry, I'm going to finish that thought. Making enough food to make sure he can get up to castle. That house there is going to be part of that wall, and he's nicely walled in. So he's really reduced the amount of vulnerable spots he can be attacked from. Now this wood line can be raged if Cheddahbeast could see that. But Cheddahbeast hasn't explored that side of the map yet. Oh, it just froze out. Come on! I was so excited. What is this? Boo! Why didn't they tell me this was gonna happen? Come on, guys. That was an exciting game. What was that about? Out of sync. Alright, well, let's look at the numbers anyways real quick. So, military, economy, tech. Koheed with the stronger eco at the moment. And both of the military and the technology are going to be going to Cheddahbeast. Overall, very close game. Less than 100 points separating the two players. And that's how you know it's going to be tight. Even though Cheddahbeast wasn't age up. The kill-death ratio, close on both ends. But again, early in the game to be doing that sort of stuff. And Koheed with the largest army at the moment. Eco stats, everything is in favor except for food. Which Cheddahbeast was able to use to take advantage of and get up into the Castle Age, but everything else is going for Koheed. And there it is, you see it right there. He was up at like less than 30 seconds separating them for the Feudal Age. Castle Age, I guess it was 24 minutes, 21, 3 minutes I guess difference, and plus the age of 4 or 5, I guess about 5 minutes. Cheddahbeast had explored 61% of the map. And Koheed had the villager high of 41, which is going to let you pull those extra resources. And this is going to be a super interesting timeline. Who really cares? Well, I wish they would have told me that it was only a lagged out game. I'm going to have to talk to them about that. Silly poopy heads.